Hello and welcome to the Galloping Gurus, your home for daily horse racing analysis, race previews and expert insights. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update. Or for even more in-depth analysis, join the Galloping Gurus membership club at gallopinggurus.com, where you'll receive our exclusive race analysis before the markets even open, giving you access to our thoughts ahead of the day's racing. It's all about getting that value, and if you get it the day before, then you'll certainly be getting exactly that. Ciao, ciao. Hey, mate. You all right?
Yeah. All good, yeah?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just been busy, mate. Now just got a little bit of time just to run through this stuff for tomorrow. Think obviously we've not got much to say about today anyway, have we? So I think we'll just jump straight on over to tomorrow. And I guess if we start at Lingfield, shall we?
Yeah.
In the first, the amateur jockeys race, I haven't got much to say about it, but I think that Diamond Bay and Circuit Breaker are the obvious ones, aren't they? Don't know if there's much more you can say about that, really, because ultimately they are forecast to be 2-1 and 3-1. Diamond Bay's obviously reasonably well handicapped and got Henry Callan on, which, you rightfully say is like having a professional against, lesser jocks. And Circuit Breaker's got Simon Walker on, who's been one of the top amateurs for a very, very long time. I haven't seen him for a long time, to be honest. Don't know whether he's been injured or something, but yeah, that's all I've really got to say about that race. I don't know if you've got anything to say.
Nah, not really. I was originally thinking maybe Diamond Bay would have quite a good chance, and then I saw his fourth was in a 5-runner race, and his second was in a 3-runner race, so it put me right off, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't know. I think anything could probably happen there.
Yeah, well, possibly, yeah. I mean, the only thing is that the winner of the 3-runner race has won since, hasn't it, and come second off 73, so might be going forward a little bit. But yeah, I think it's probably between the two, but I'm not getting my wallet out, put it that way. So, all right, okie dokie. Anything before the 4:45? Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No. Okie dokie. 4:45. I've just written a little bit about this. It's obviously a classified race, and I've said that Edgar's Gift, back at 7 furlongs in a classified, Kieran Fallon on, course and distance winner, ran well over 6 furlongs here last time out, looking like coming into form. Up a furlong will suit, forecast to be 7s. And the other one there, I said Victory Sound. On his run 3, starts back behind Volto de Medusa. Would have a fair chance into a classified first time, and I'd like to see him a bit closer to the pace than his last 4 runs. He's forecast to be 6s. So that's what I've said about that race. I don't know if you've got anything in there.
No, I thought Edgar's Gift had a little chance there. Good jockey booking.
Yeah.
Yard are pretty good, especially if the money comes from one of theirs. So, yeah, if it was strong enough in the market, I think it would probably run well there. Not a bad run last time in a similar race, and this is by no means better, that's for sure.
Jockey
Pardon?
Jockey booking's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be small interested in that.
Yeah, I mean he's got plenty of handicap here over 7 furlongs off marks in the high 50s, even this year. And he got chinned by Dandy Khan off 58. So, I mean, I think the step up in 1 furlong in this classified race, would have a little bit of a chance, like you say. So there we go. That's the interest in there. 520. I've not got much to say about this, but you had a small interest for Power Cut last time he ran, I think, didn't you? I was on my way home that day. Didn't run very well, but I mean, if a load of money came for it, you'd take a little bit of notice, wouldn't you? And Vitaline has been a friend of the show on numerous occasions in the winter, multiple course and distance winner back at 7 furlongs. Haven't got much to say about it. My wallet's not flying out, but that's all I really had to say. I don't know if you had anything.
Nah, Vitaline in this grade wins races, doesn't it? And
yeah, it does.
Not too many of the others do.
No.
So, I mean, it starts slowly, it will be held up.
Yeah.
Which, just means that it is reliant upon a bit of luck and races run to suit. But obviously, like we say, when things do go right, it does win races. It only won 3 starts back at Newcastle, didn't it? So generally goes okay at most tracks. Ideally, I'd probably like it more so at Kempton just because it can work its way into the race with the longer straight. But if it can start passing rivals, turning in, and it opens up, then there's no reason why it won't go close. Like you said, Power Cut. I think that was the day where they had quite a few runners, so it was interesting to see if it was strong in the market that day. Was sent off joint favourite, I think, wasn't it?
I can't
remember.
didn't.
Didn't get the job done there, but always interesting if there is a big move for it.
Yeah.
You certainly wouldn't want to get involved if there wasn't.
No way. No, that's not one for early prices, that one, I can tell you that.
No, absolutely not. It's one for probably the last 5 minutes if you want to get involved.
Yeah.
Ravinia, I mean, there's no reason why this won't run well, is there? She's so consistent, keeps it at the frame. She has won on the all-weather, that was at Kempton, but no reason why she shouldn't go equally as well round here. Marco Gianni, decent jockey booking. So probably a little bit open, I'd say, unless a lot of money came for Power Cut. But your 2 solid ones, I think, would be Ravinia or Vitaline.
So if you had the choice between playing the both of them, and Ravinia's 7-4 and Vitaline's 10-1, which one would you be?
Yeah, I'd take a small chance each way on
Vitaline,
obviously. Yeah. Ravinia at 7-4. It like I said, normally does run well, but normally does get beat. So at less than 2-1, I think it wouldn't be the smartest bet in the world.
No.
If you were to be betting that every day at 7-4, then you wouldn't be making any money. So,
no, I think you'd be, you definitely wouldn't be in very good state there. No, he's gone off 11-4 favourite and 11-4 second favourite the last twice. But yeah, and those prices. I mean, ultimately, the prices. I think you're right. Vitaline would be the very small play because, like you said, he does need a bit of luck. I'd prefer him at Kempton too. But yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. 5:52. Written a little spiel. I've said that Diamond Dreamer has a poor draw but strong pace forecast. Into a 0-60 for the first time back at 6 furlongs here. I think can suit as a course and distance winner. Most of his form recently has been over 5 furlongs, but does seem to always be staying on and worth a go again at 6 furlongs here at Lingfield. Probert has lots of history / wins on him. Forecast to be 8s. Poor draw, has to be that price or more for a very small play. So that's what I've said in there. I don't know if you've got anything else that's interesting.
I think, although it's forecast to be a shortish price, I can't believe it will be. But Ballon d'Or, I think he's coming towards winning a race.
Yeah,
His mark's slowly been coming down. He's just shown more signs of life recently, with a couple of fourths round Lingfield, over 5 and 6. Generally uncomplicated races towards the 4, and I just think he's capable a little bit better. 58, I think he can win off 58. This might be, I mean, you've got Happier in there that won relatively easily the other day, haven't you? And
yeah,
Toby Moore takes off 7, which would sort of negate any confidence about betting 1 to win.
yeah,
Just because if that turns up in similar form, I think it probably will win again. But I wouldn't want to get involved with it, because Toby Moore obviously slightly inexperienced, and round here you can meet traffic problems or whatever. So I wouldn't be rushing to back that. I'd be
no,
looking for maybe something else where, like you said, Diamond Dreamer's a big price. If you wanted to take a chance on that, that'd be fair enough at that sort of price. And I'd be surprised if Ballon d'Or didn't run well here.
yeah,
I'm not saying it'll win, because obviously it's not really been showing signs of winning, but it's been showing signs that it's coming back to form. If it can get off that inside rail, drawing in 1, turning in, you wouldn't mind seeing it angle out a little bit. And I think it might run well. It's definitely a weaker race than the last one it ran in, I think, because I think you had Style King in there, who's useful, rated 63. You had Just Jump, who's been heavily bet on a few occasions. Elvetham, who, whenever Elvetham decides to turn up, seems to go very close to winning. I think that might run well, but I wouldn't want to back it at 9 to 2. That's for sure. It's forecast to be that, and I'd be surprised if it was that short. If it was around the sort of 6s or 7s mark, that would be more my sort of price, I think.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, yeah, there's a couple there for you that might be decent prices. I think Diamond Dreamer at 8 to 1, is he forecast? Yeah, forecast to be 8 to 1. He's dropping in grade, so I think there's a couple there if you want to take a small play in a race.
As long as they're the prices
Yeah,
we were sort of hoping for.
Yeah, exactly. If anything happens and they go really short, I wouldn't. Yeah, especially with the Diamond Dreamer draw, I know he's going to be held up. I am buoyed by the fact there's going to be a strong pace, or forecast at least strong pace in the race. And David Probert, I don't think he's ridden him for a while, but he has got plenty of previous, which kind of makes you think that, yeah, David has not ridden him for a year and a half, actually. So interesting, and he has won on him a few times. But sorry, I was divulging there. But yeah, anyway, there we go. There's a couple in there. If you want to have a little play, then there we go. Okie dokie. So the next day meeting is Chepstow.
Just before we do, I just wanted to mention in the 622.
Oh yeah.
That I thought Twilight Madness was interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think he's run twice since having a 91-day break. He's down off 60 now.
Yeah.
He can win off 60 for sure.
Yeah.
Last time he ran here was in the race I was just talking about, actually, with Ballon d'Or and that, and there was quite a lot of pace that day. He also had Charlie Tucker riding, taking 7 off. So this time William Carver's on. He does ride for Simon Hodgson a little bit, so I wouldn't take that as any negative.
No.
And a weaker race, drops down in grade slightly. Obviously, there's Walking on Clouds has won his last 2 on the all weather, so you'd have to be worried about that, and 1 or 2 others in there. But a little bit of a price, if he were a price, Twilight Madness. If he got to the front and wasn't pestered by anything, I think he could run well. He's definitely off the sort of mark where he'll be striking soon, put it that way.
Yeah, I believe that too. I do think that he will be. The only thing that put me off in the race really was that Walking on Clouds, because the last 2 times he's won, he's absolutely blasted out of the stalls, hasn't he? And they've sort of struggled to see which way he went. And I think exactly the same as you. Twilight Madness is definitely, sooner rather than later, I reckon, don't you?
Yeah.
He's going to be going in, yeah. Be an interesting watch there. If Walking on Clouds was really weak in the market or something, you'd never put him past them to shove it out the back, So maybe wait to see how strong Walking on Clouds is in the market.
And he's just creeping up in the handicap now, isn't he? So I don't think he's got too much scope to be winning off higher marks. That's for sure. He might be able to win off this mark, but I don't think he's going to be winning off like a 65 or anything like that. So
no.
So just a little interest there.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Lovely job. Okay. Well, we will then go to Chepstow then for the next day meeting. I've got nothing to talk about until the 350, so if you have, then let us know.
Nope.
Okay. Written a little spiel out here. It's a little bit interesting, I think, is Law of Design. Has questions to answer, tripwise, and would like some juice in the ground. There is rain forecast, so if that comes to fruition, that will help. He's dropped here from a Class 4 to a Class 6, and Billy Loughnane is booked for the first time since the horse was trained by Brian Meehan last year. Ian Williams does book Billy when they're hopeful of a good run. I'd prefer it if it was 7 furlongs, but there's not much pace forecast, and he's running against lesser opposition. And in particular, the Ascot run last September with Billy was good in the context of this race, and last time out at Chester wasn't a disgrace. In fact, from an unpromising position over 7.5 furlongs, was making up ground from the back to suggest he could be coming into some form. His forecast to be 15-2 could be worth a small chance in this lower grade off his lowest handicap mark. I wouldn't be too surprised if Look Back Smiling showed up either, if the rain shows up and with Marquand booked. But that's what I've said in there. Don't know if you had anything of interest in there.
Don't think I did. No. Like you say, Law of Design could be interesting. Horse, good form last time. Woodstock went and won at Ripon at the weekend, didn't he? And Woodstock was second in that Chester race.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Ian Williams generally, when he acquires these sort of horses, they just run until they get down to a mark where they can be competitive off. And like you say, 65 could well be that mark.
Yeah, and I've got a funny feeling that they've looked at the weather forecast and thought, oh, there looks like there might be a little bit of rain there. We'll send him there. Billy's chucked on. I don't know if you watched the Ascot run behind 40 Years On back last September. I don't necessarily think that he ran out of petrol. And what I will say is that he was reasonably prominent there, and you got horses in there like 40 Years On, Danik, Cavallo Nero was in 4th, but 5.5 lengths behind. There's some C-Suite and Calypso. lots of horses in there that we know names of right now, don't we? That would quite honestly absolutely thrash these lot. So if Ian Williams has got him to some sort of point in a Class 6, it's the price that has really lured me in a little bit on this one. Ultimately, 15-2 would be a lovely price. You got Rating is the favourite, forecast to be 3-1. I mean, you're not going to be running away from it, are you?
No.
So, and Bobby Dazzler, we stuck Hadrad out last time, ran rubbish in a worse race.
Disappointing. He travelled well, didn't he? And found very little.
Yeah, and that was a worse race than this. I think it was a 55, not the 55, wasn't it? So I kind of just think that Law of Design looks a little bit sniffy to me. So if he was a decent price, I think he wouldn't be far away from being worth having a small chance at. Okay, I've got nothing else at Chepstow at all. So unless you have,
I don't know. I didn't either.
Okay. All right. So then we'll be off to Wolverhampton then. I've got nothing until the 6:30 just to talk about. Have you got anything prior to that? Or
Not really. Just first race, the James Fanshawe horse. What's it called? Franschuk or something? I think it's that. Anyway, ran well in a Campton Novice behind Generic and Enemy Agent. Enemy Agent has been very disappointing since, but he's still rated 77. Generic in second, won a group race at Royal Ascot. So he was only a length behind Enemy Agent that day.
right.
So whilst it will be a short price, interesting to watch to see if he could be one to follow in the future.
Yep. Okie dokie. All right. And that's it. You got nothing else till the 6:30 then? Is that right?
No.
Okay. I have written here, inside story, flew home last time out when the winner got the jump on her. She made up a lot of ground quickly to nearly catch the winner, but finished 3 lengths clear of the third. It's got a bad draw in 9, and that is off-putting, and she is also against the boys today. I know that you had a little bit of previous, obviously, last time out with Percy's Lad, didn't you? And this race is quite difficult, I think. There's a few in here that could jump out of the ground. The Bethel horse, possibly. Spaceman ran okay last time out. He's a gentleman, lots of form here, but has tended to be in Class 5s, I thought, more recently. But yeah, I don't know if you had anything interesting in here.
Yeah, I mean, if it was drawn in 5, I'd be very keen on Inside Story.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not drawn in 5, it's drawn in 9. But
yeah,
if the Sousa can get in and not go 3 wide, I think this will run well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do think it will run well. Yeah, Percy's Lad obviously carrying the penalty. Must have a chance because obviously he's quite uncomplicated, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is always a positive in any race.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the horse. The only horse I would back in the race is Inside Story. To be honest, I think it's quite well handicapped. I think that run last time was really good. Very nearly got there.
Yeah.
Could be a bit of pace in this.
Which would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, if they can get strung out. And yeah, if things do go to plan for Inside Story, I can see it going very close to winning. If they do dawdle and it gets stuck out wide or it's stuck out the back, then obviously it probably won't. So it's a frustrating one because you can't be keen on it.
Yeah.
because it's going to be hostage to fortune.
Yeah, if the draw had been kinder, because obviously where I wrote the spiel out already, and the draw was obviously like, oh dear, like you say. I mean, she really thundered home, didn't she? She made up a lot of ground, and we both know that, you know, recently it's been quite difficult to do that on the artificial surfaces. So I think you can almost upgrade her a little bit there. Carnival Day got the jump, didn't she? Didn't he? She, and you know, basically took the race by the scruff of the neck. And Inside Story was thundering home. So yeah, shame about the draw, but there we go.
Yeah, it would have been the horse I fancied most on the day if it weren't drawn in 9.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, for sure. Okie dokie. All right. So on to the 7 o'clock then. And I've written a bit of a spiel out here. I've said that Sunshine and Roses and Blue Celestial have some previous form from 2 starts back when Sunshine and Roses mowed down Celestial in the final strides over this course and distance. I thought Sunshine did well, considering Blue had got the jump on Sunshine and they finished 4 1/4 lengths clear of the remainder. Blue Celestial gave Sunshine £3 last time and is now £1 worse off for a half-length defeat, and Rose claims £5. The problem I can see is no pace in the race, and Sunshine is a hold-up horse on everything we've seen so far. There's plenty of others top that aren't without a chance. Samra Star is on the hat trick. Kepri, first time in a handicap for a big yard. Sunshine finished second in a 0 to 75 last time out, so this is a little dip in grade, and she's forecast to be 10s. I have said, tough race. I don't know if you had too many thoughts on the race yourself.
Tough race is what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought there were probably a few avenues you could go down here, and
yeah, still not come
it
out
wouldn't.
with
it. Yeah, it wouldn't be one I'd be having a bet in because I can see numerous outcomes, and there's a few horses I'm interested in the right circumstances, and I don't think they necessarily are the right circumstances. So yeah, too difficult, I thought, for me.
Okie dokie. Onwards and upwards then. On to the 7:30. And I have said Acclaimed Freedom has won on the all-weather, and having ran okay at Epsom, considering he clipped heels and stayed on okay in the finish back in a Class 5, and on the artificial surface with Murphy booked, has a reasonable chance. Now he's forecast to be 7 to 2. I thought that had a little chance in there. It's interesting that Murphy's booked there, and yeah, that's what I thought. He's into a Class 5. Was in a 4 last time. Actually, I didn't think ran too badly at Epsom there. I don't think it really handled the track, if I'm honest, when I was watching that back. But yeah, that's what I thought in there. Don't know if you've got anything interesting to say.
No, I probably don't have anything interesting to say there, really. Percy Star's a horse. I kept an eye on him in novice races. I thought it could actually win one, but it didn't. Then bolted up first time in a handicap, went well bet, unsurprisingly. Didn't run so well last time. Wouldn't be one I'd want to back, but I'd be interested to see how that ran first time on the all-weather.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
The Sluicer booked for Chris Dwyer is always interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be backing it because generally, well, it's got a very up and down profile.
Yeah, they quite often do, don't they?
Yeah. You just don't know what horse is going to turn up on the day. and
Till the
then not
money comes.
really the ones. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, yeah. The stable might know which horse is turning up on the day, but
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. That's funny. It's true
So
though.
yeah, it does make it a lot harder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. All right, so we're on to the 8 o'clock then, and I have said in here, Heroics won at Sandown, 2 starts back, and although there were only 4 runners, he beat the odds-on favourite, who's finished second behind Archer's Bay, who's rated 92 at Ascot since in a Class 3, and the second place horse is a Prescott horse who's bolted up in a handicap since by 4 3/4 lengths. Last time out at Newmarket in a Class 2, 0 to 90, Heroics didn't exactly set the world alight, but that was a very different race to this 0 to 75, and I don't think it was a disgraceful effort either. He's receiving £9, weight for age, and is forecast to be sevens. If the money came flying in for White Storm, you'd have to take notice for the Crisfords. So that's what I've said on that race. Don't know if you've got anything.
Yeah, it's quite a good race. Probably, I like the Inside Story race, and I like this race really. I think it's quite difficult to have a strong view here because I think there's any number of horses that are interesting. I thought Flash Kozo, bit interesting. Money came for it last time. Obviously a weaker race, but thought did well to win because he was going to head up the sort of favoured rail and got cut off and switched and ran on quite strongly. That horse now he's got his head in front on the all-weather might be on a little upward curve.
Yeah,
Like you say, Heroics is interesting. I thought, yeah, like you said again, White Storm interesting. The second, obviously, it was thrashed, but thrashed by a good horse at Kempton. Very disappointing since
yeah,
not beaten rival. Don't know what's gone on there. I would have liked to have seen it run a little bit better,
yeah.
but yeah, you couldn't rule it out by
No.
any means. It's impossible to know if it's a good mark, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
75.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think it
Money
is
will
one of
tell
those
you.
where, yeah. I mean, it could quite easily win, and it could quite easily finish last.
Yeah.
As you know, they aren't our favourite horses.
No.
And I've got a little interest in an exposed one as well, Percy Jones.
Yeah.
The yard have had a few winners recently. Luke Morris rides. The last run at not Kempton, Lingfield, I thought was quite interesting. Thought it ran quite well there, and the winner, Senor Cortez, has gone in since in a better race at Kempton.
Yeah.
Educator, I think that's gone in a couple of times since. Yeah, the next 2 runs, 2 wins.
Yeah.
So Cracker G's no mug who it just beat. So yeah, I was a little bit interested in Percy Jones. Obviously, I wish it was in a race where there weren't so many horses I was interested in.
Yeah.
And that could be improving because quite obviously Percy's not got any improvement in him at 7 years old, whereas obviously the 3-year-olds have. But I think it'll be quite a big price. You're probably looking at around 14s or something. And if you wanted, like, if you couldn't come down and won, and you thought I just want a small interest in the race, then Percy Jones each way would probably give you a chance of hitting third or something.
Yeah.
In a race where there were a few I was interested in, but couldn't be dogmatic about one. But yeah, I definitely think Percy Jones will be winning sooner rather than later. That was quite a good run at Lingfield.
Yeah, I think that as well. The yard have come into a bit of form now as well, like you say, and getting to the sort of handicap mark that can go well at. That's for sure.
Yeah, if I had to have one to win, I would either go Heroics or Flash Kozo.
Yeah,
because I think they are both 3-year-olds that I think come the end of the year will definitely be better than their marks now.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, I'd go with heroics personally, but it's I can see where you're coming from with both of those, Percy Jones and Flash Kozo. Absolutely. Okay, well there we go then. That's it. Unless you've got anything else that is of interest tomorrow.
No, I think we've gone through pretty much everything.
Okie dokie. Thanks for listening. Okay, so that just about wraps everything up for today. Thanks for listening to today's analysis. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss our daily race previews. For our exclusive early analysis before the markets open, visit gallopinggurus.com and become a member today. We mostly rely on people's kindness to donate for our hard work, so if you feel like you got something out of our analysis or out of our content, please don't hesitate to go to the gallopinggurus.com website and hit that donate button. No matter how big or small, we appreciate your support. Be lucky, everyone. Enjoy the racing, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now.